Hey guys, and welcome back to Attack of the B Team. Today we're gonna start. Whoop! Can't see the animation that way. Start with our cup of Joe. Refreshing. And we'll take our dirty cup and put it back over here, ready to be refilled. Another cup of coffee the next morning. Alright, I have a bunch of stuff ready for what we're going to do today. Now first off, this is a little bit different because I, as you know, have been so I've been over at the spawn base, and it generates, the evil laboratory, and our little farm over there generates a bunch of stuff, and the goal of it, right, was Ender pearls. Look, we've got 367 ender pearls. I think it's working. I do. But we also have it generating trees that make rubber trees. And so I brought all of that stuff back, and I've just kind of hooked this up really quickly because I was standing here just like popping stuff in, and I thought I should automate this a little bit better. So I just kind of hooked this guy up so that all of the wood that comes out of here shoots out the side, just goes up into this chest, and then all of the the glue that comes out of here shoots up the top and just ends up in this chest, and this chest feeds into the redstone furnace. As you can see, it's just constantly. So I had glue, and then glue turns into rubber, so it was just, I moved those manually because anything that comes out of here was just going down here, right? So, and now that we've got this guy burning up, we've got tons and tons of this raw plastic, right, which just turns into, whoops, our plastic sheets, which we've now got a crazy ton of those as well. Look at that. I've got 560 of those now. And I've still got a K of jungle wood in here, or more than a K. And I've got all of this. So if I was to drop... I thought there was like some kind of a trick to move everything, but I've seen people do it. I'll have to figure that out. Drop all this back in here. Now we've got even more of that jungle wood going, right? So I don't think I need much more of that. But anyhow, that's not what we're doing today. I just I had to move some things around, right? So I knocked down some shelving. I just moved some stuff up into these guys here, and did all that just so you know what this was all about. We definitely want to do excuse me, a better setup than this. So I think we're outgrowing our manual little guy here. It's good to have this so for little one-offs, but I think it's time to get into some automated stuff. But that won't be in this episode. I think allude to it in the last one. I think we'll do that in the next round because I'm still working on some ideas there. But this episode, I want to take care of a problem that I've had since the beginning of the show, which is, or at least this solution would have been so wonderful to know about before I started making all of the Tinker's tools, because the problem that I had, here's everything we need. The problem that I had was I never had Lapis, and Lapis was actually still pretty hard to find, so I went mining forever to find Lapis. So this episode, we're going to make an automated Lapis farm. Didn't even think this was a possibility, but I found a video that kind of explained this. The guy's name is DemoTheKeySmasher, I believe, and I'll leave a link to his video in the comments, or in the notes, the description, actually. But we're gonna do basically his setup here in our world. But first and foremost, here's everything we need, and I've got it all nicely in this chest. This chest is here, and we don't want to build this here. We want to build it over there. So, how do we get this chest from here over there? Because I don't want to come back and forth. Well, there is this thing in random things called a block mover. And what is a block mover, you may ask? It moves blocks. And if you take a look at this, it's just some obsidian and some ender pearls, which we have for days now. And I haven't actually tested this. Now I'm a little worried, so I got nothing in here. Okay, so if I go right click, or sorry, left click, right click, nope, shift right click. Okay, I've got it. Oh, is it? It's in this thing? Right click, and push it back. Okay, okay, let's try this. A little nervous. Shift right click, and then right click, and then open it. Ha 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 ha! Awesome. All right, so we're gonna take this thing, and we're gonna get stuck in a door, and go. Oh, and go. Get out our sword. Any nasties around? I don't see any. Hey, piggies. Still haven't got the last two guys in there. I like I said, I managed at one point to have 7 in here before I screwed it up, but so annoying. I can't get them in. I might have to reorg that a little bit. Alright, so I think this is good. It's still close enough, right? It's close to this guy, so it should be close enough for us to have this thing just going. Let's grab our tree chopper, and let's put our chest down somewhere where we can get to it pretty easily, and it's not in the way, so maybe right there in the sky. Sure. Glass block wouldn't let me put it there, I guess. There we go. Well, we got it there. So let's see here. We're probably gonna need to chop down some of these trees to make room for this. Maybe this guy. That might be enough. Probably this guy as well. Oh, more rubber. Alright, I think that's a good enough little spot here. And now I want to kind of just... So we need a little spot, which is... Oh, this thing is so fast and it just digs right into the ground. Let's go... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Let's get that out of here. I want you back for the moment. That's good. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. There we go. And alright, so we got a little hole. 5 by 5 hole. And I want to get rid of one around it as well. Just like, no, we don't really need to get over all that, but whoop, make it easier to get out of here. There we go. A little bit of terraforming, not much. All right, so now we got a nice little hole here. We want to dig down here. That should do. And let's just kind of go straight through here. Make a little way out. Right to our house. Alright, so there we go. Now we got a way back into our little hole from over there. And now here, what we want to do is start grabbing our stuff. And it's about to be dark and we're working outside. So I'm gonna go back and make it daylight and I'll be right back with you. Now what we need to do is, so we've got all this stuff and we need the fences first. Should have dropped all this stuff off. Well, we've got a bunch of oak wood here. Let's just make ourselves a crafting table. And whoopity whoop. I wonder if I put this underneath him, does it? Ha! It does. Sure. Alright. Alright, now it doesn't look like it's floating. Let's just make a junk chest for the moment. I'll put it over there. Let's just throw all this stuff away so we don't have it clogging up our inventory. And I guess I can put you in there for now too. Alright. So we need our fences. And the first thing we're going to do is fence off this hole. Like, oop, and then I'm going to want to, I don't like them connecting to the ground like that. So I'll move those back one more as well. And, okay, now we got a nice little fenced off area. Let's put this away. So now we need, let's see here, let's put stuff away. Hopefully we don't get attacked by things at the moment. So we're gonna need some chests. We need a tank. We need our sprinkler. We need our lever. We need all of these machines. We need basically everything in here eventually. So let's just grab it so we're not going back and forth. These is the last thing to do, and then we're done with. Okay. All right. So, oh, of course. Where's my? Let's get rid of this because it looks bad, in my opinion. There we go. And right here is the center. So let's cut that out, and then this all the way down to our hole. And I think if I face this way, we want to put the rancher right there. Nope, it's facing the wrong way. Let's grab you. And whack it, whack it. There we go. So now it's facing inside of here. And we want to put our tank right there. And our sprinkler on top of that. There we go. Alright, so now we got a little hole here with the sprinkler and the tank and this guy here. So now we can take a fence and I think we can put that back there. And now we need to kind of go down into here. And let's just clear out this for the moment. I think we need about this much room. And our pick. Like so. And then directly underneath our rancher. Let's go down like that. And whoops, and now I'm stuck. And I forgot to get some water, so let's go get some water really quick. Woo, bonk, ow. Can I make it in? Ha ha ha. And we need buckets. I'm sure I have some buckets right in here. Let's grab 2 buckets. And boop, 1, boop, 2. And through. Ha ha ha. Made it this time. Down our little hole. Alright, so now we want to put water here. And some water right here. There we go. And then we can take our aqueous accumulator right there. Should start filling up with water. Yay! We've made all these things before, right? The rancher we haven't made, but it's you know, pretty straightforward. Ranch. Whoops, ranch. Right, it's just machine frame like always, the redstone reception coil, some tin, some shears, some plastic, and fluid duct. And that's not the kind of fluid duct we've been using, so I had to fill that in. All right, or use the one that isn't the clear one, it's the opaque one. All right, so we got a rancher there, and I think the next thing we need to do is grab our fluid duct, and I need to run that down here so that it connects up to this guy. All right, So it should come out it's at the top. Yeah, so it comes at the top. So now it's filling that up, and we're already getting rained on, right? So that fills up the tank, which the sprinkler sits on top of that, and now it's spraying water so that the grass regrows as fast as, or a little faster than usual. We got that guy there. Let's put stone back here now. Now the next thing we need to do is take our pulverizer, and I want to put the pulverizer. So I want to leave this kind of open or empty, I think. Well, out the back of that is going to come our items, and we need those to go into the pulverizer. So we take this guy here and we make it go out, and we need a pneumatic server, and I just think now that I realize we're going to need another one of those, but let's disable that redstone control, so anything that the rancher grabs will come out the back of that. And so I need another one of these then if I want it to come down one level, and then we need the pulverizer to be there, which is firmly in my way. There we go. So that comes out there, goes down into this guy, right? So the input for this is blue, right? So blue comes in the top, which means, so let's disable that. Let's turn all this off. We want top is blue. So whatever comes out of that will go into this guy. And then we need a cyclic assembler. Let's put a piece of dirt there for the moment, and then put you here. And now what we want is whatever comes in here, we want so the byproduct is the bottom one here. I want that to go out to this side. And then I also want, so I need these guys now. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Because I can't just, so I have to put it so that, should I put a chest? So this guy should be able to go right there, I think. And we want it to shoot stuff out to that side, right? So it should, hopefully that'll put it into the chest. I think it will. And then the next thing we need to do now is, let's go down a little bit more here. So we needed to take that out. Whoops. And now we need to take our, where is it here? Oh, I didn't grab the, what time is it? Is it getting dark again? It's about to get dark. So let me just run into the house and I'll show you one other ingredient. So down here, oops. And in here, you'll see that I've got another leadstone energy cell that I just grabbed. I attached to this one and just had it output to the front. So now we've got a fully charged leadstone energy cell that we're going to use for this. All right, so we're back here, and I'm hoping that I should be able to hide this a bit. Now I can put a cover on that eventually as well. But this way it still looks kind of nice. And so now we're down here, and we've got all this kind of stuff down here. And so now I need to take this power cell, and we need a so we got the aqueous accumulator there, and our steam dynamo needs some water. So if I put that on, say, top of this, right, he'll fill up with water. And then we need to have these guys powered. Why don't we, let's take this down a level. Oh no, we need that coming out of there. Well, actually, why don't we just go like this then? So if we take this out of here, and let's take this whole thing down one more level. And we've got our fluid duct right here. Nope, that's an item duct. Come back to me. Alright, fluid duct here. And we have this right up. And so it goes out the back as well. Yep, okay, and it goes up the top. So now if we take our steam dynamo and we put it on top of that, it's gonna get water getting filled into that. And then we want power, oops, coming up from here into the back of this machine. Whoops. Is that gonna, okay, and this machine, right? So we want, oh, I did that wrong as well. We want we want this power cell to get, and let's just disable the whole thing for the moment so it's not using power. We want that guy to be power, so filling up. So this guy's going to be filling up this guy, right? And then he'll charge into that, and hopefully into the back of the pulverizer. Oh, why did I put fluid duct up there? I'm having a hard time today. Let's put the, where is the, there it is. We want this guy to be there, and on the back of that, right? So now those two guys should get power once this guy gets hooked up, right? You just have to hook it up through here. This guy will get refilled from that, and now all we need to do is hook up. So this guy will get its main product coming out of the red and going into here, and we want that through some item ducts to come out the back of that and down into here. So this, whatever the side product is here, is going to go into that. So we need to now change you around, which means that we need a pneumatic servo, which I meant to grab on the way back, but I didn't. So let's grab one of those. I've got a few of those made up. Come on to me. Come to me. Yump. There we go. Gotcha. And we'll head back over. Ah, I hate that. All right. Head back over here. And where's our entrance? Why can I not find the entrance to that? Here it is. Go back down here. So we need to make this ignore redstone signal. So now whatever's in this chest will come out of there and go down into here, right? And then this will be power and regenerating this, and then this guy will power up these two machines. And oh, we also need it to power that guy as well. All right, so we've got all that sorted out, I think. How are we doing for light? Yeah, we're still midday. All right, so here's a little setup. I'll cover that up to make it look a little better. And so there's just this guy is going to be exposed, but it won't be too shabby. All right. So now let me see. Can I? Let's try and just. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay. Now what we have to do. Oh, and after all of that, let's put away. We still don't need that just yet, but let's put away this. We probably want to keep that. Let's put away this stuff. Oh, food. And the clock. I like my clock. Let's put away all that. We need our lever. We need our schematic. We have another chest. What did I have another chest for? I think I had it for the actual output of the whole thing. But what we need now is let's make this all empty and grab all of our, so I've got sheep, a whole bunch of sheep. All right. And I want to put all of these sheep in here. So let's put sheep there. And we also need this lapis because I want blue sheep. Put you there, make you blue. And put you there, and make you blue. Alright, put you there. Let's make a whole bunch of... Can I get... Move. Okay. Oh, I can't get them. Blue. Oh, you're gonna be a pill. Gotcha. Alright. And another blue sheep. And just 2 more. Quick, get him. Got him. Last one. Put you in the corner. And doink. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of blue sheep in here. Right? So the water's going to regrow the grass. They're going to eat and cause them to get rebuilt. Right? This guy should be off at the moment. I grabbed this lever so that we can turn it. Let's see, can I do this again? Can I get you there? No. There we go. So I can turn it off if I want to for the moment. We'll leave it on right now because I think we're ready for a test pretty quick here. So I don't need those anymore. And oh no, I used up all my lapis before. I need 1 piece of lapis still. I'm going back and forth way too much on this. Sorry guys. We need 1 more piece of lapis. Submit. Come. There we go. You'll see what that's for in a minute if I can actually not walk into the walls. Alright, I think we're ready. Alright, so we've got an acyclic assembler here. Now we'll take our schematic and put it in here. Now an acyclic assembler isn't something we've used before, but basically you make these schematics. So if I cyclic assembler, right? So it's just a chest, a frame, some tin gears, which is just normal old tin and iron. A redstone reception coil, our copper makes a cyclic assembler, and then we need a schematic, right? Which is just paper and blue dye, right? So now we've got that in there. We can go down. So let's disable that. We want the input to come from the right side. So this guy will be outputting the yellow stuff to the right, and this guy will be accepting it into this area down here. And now we got a schematic in here. We go to the schematic section, and I say, when you have enough. So this is basically just a recipe like you would with an, so this is an auto crafter, right? So this is just a recipe. So you say, if I have 9 pieces of lapis all in this grid like this, it makes me a lapis block, right? So I encode that. So you'll see here now it says 9 lapis, and if I hold shift down, you'll see what it's actually going to make, right? It's changing back and forth. So that's in here. So if there's 9 pieces of lapis in here, and I'll just throw 1 in to start with, it'll turn that automatically into the thing as long as it's got power, right? So if we now, so let's see, do we have this all sorted out? Stuff from there comes out of there, goes in the back of that. Alright, so we just need to know, so when the acyclic assembler is done, it needs to output, so let's just put that down here for the moment and grab a item impulse duct. And once again, we need to flip that down. Oh goodness. And I need another one of those guys. Alright, I think we're ready. So I'll throw this in here. I'll disable that. So now anything that comes here, we need to configure so it out the bottom, it outputs stuff down into here, right? Yeah. Disabled, okay. And so yeah, so this guy outputs over here. I'm hoping that works. If that doesn't work, I grabbed another one to use just in case. So it should output from here into there. and then down into there. Well, you know what? I'm a little worried about that. So let's get rid of that for the moment, and let's take that off. Oh, we got a servo in that anyway. Let's put the chest here instead. And let's put that in there and disable it. Alright, so now let's put impulse item duct right here. And that outputs into there. Okay, so outputs from there into this chest. This goes down into... Oh, you know what? We probably don't even need the chest. Ah, whatever. So yeah, so we should have our output from this. I think we're set up. So now what I want to do is I think we need power to come out the top, right? So that's there. So now these guys should be all getting power. Yep. Power. And our rancher should also be having power. And it should start shearing those sheep. So it's got power and everything. So yeah, so it's working away. It's already sheared all the sheep. So let's quickly go back down. And let's take a look what our pulverizer is doing. So it's pulverizing blue wool. And now in the pulverizer, there is blue wool, shapeless crafting. Let's see, let's go to recipes. Let's see if we can find it. Yep. There is, I believe there is a 25% chance when you pulverize blue wool that, so the main output obviously, so like blue wool, blue wool, there is a 5% chance that you'll get some lapis, right? So it's going to give us string and it's going to give us lapis. So 5% chance that there'll be lapis here as the wool comes out. As this comes out, it should be putting all of the string down here, which is something that the steam dynamo will use to make power, right? And it's outputting power, and it should be, yeah, disabled. This should be output at the top, input in the bottom, so now it should be recharging. Are you recharging? Front, top, back, blue is input. It should be recharging when this thing gets going here. It's putting power out somewhere. Maybe this guy's using enough right now to kind of keep it going. So anyway, so that's charging up that, which is running this guy. This guy, when it gets enough lapis, will turn them into blocks and put them down there. So it's not like, there's only 5% chance, right? So we just got to let this guy run, but we should get lapis out of it, right? After a certain amount of time. So I'm just going to let this thing run for a little bit, and then I'll cut right back in and show you if there's any little progress. But yeah, there we go. We got a little lapis farm here, and a byproduct is not the byproduct, but the main product is the string that's powering our furnace. So it's a self-contained little system here, right? We just needed to have this leadstone energy cell to sort of prime the system, right? But after it gets going, it should all be self-sustaining. All right, so been AFKing for about half hour or so, and this thing is still working great. And you can see, so we've got 8 lapis in here at this point. So it's not the fastest machine in the world, but it'll slowly generate you lapis, right? Just to show you how this cyclic assembler works. So we've got 8 in here right now, right? So as this thing keeps generating, once it gets to 9, the 9th will drop in here. So if I just take one of these guys, I just brought some. If I drop one more of these guys in here, boom, you see it disappears. It used this schematic to generate, and it threw it here, and then poof, it's down here in this chest here, right? So if I throw these guys in here, like if this thing working on now, are we gonna get a 5% lucky? Well, look at that. Okay, generated another one because you got to see it in action. So now we got 2. Look at that. So there was the one we threw in here to begin with. So far we've made 8 lapis, right? Plus the ones that I've added from what we've mined. But so this will just chug away. and slowly give us lapis. And I've blocked myself off behind here because when I was AFKing, just to make sure it worked, I AFK'd over here in the house, and then I came out to go check on the system, and this nice little, you know, remodeling here was nicely done by our friendly neighborhood creeper. So yeah, it blew up a whole bunch of stuff. Not a biggie, because I actually kind of want to fix this at some point anyway. So anyhow, with that, we will call this an episode. And now we've got a little power generation unit over there, and we got a little lapis farm over there, and we're sitting pretty. So I will see you guys all next time.